Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm David King.
I'm Fred Cilbrith.
And welcome to Keeping It Real. And tonight's title is something that goes on in schools today across all over the United States, bullying. Now, this is our second bullying topic episode. We had one, before earlier in the year, or I believe it was last year.
Yeah.
But this one is a little bit more graphic to why bullying needs to stop, because today, folks, we're going to show you a little later on a video clip of a autistic kid getting beat up at a party. And I do want to warn the families out there, it might not be suitable for every person in the household. So, those who are not key to violence or don't like their children to watch violence, I suggest maybe pull them out the room for about a minute. But we'll remind you again when we get closer to showing the video clip. In the meantime, Fred, you were bullied in school.
Yeah.
I was bullied in school. But nothing has been as compared to what this kid has went through.
Yeah.
And just to show you folks that we are not making this up, Fred is about to read to you exactly what happened in general and what's going on with that case as we speak.
Basically, folks, it was two articles I pulled offline. One of them is from last year, and one of them is currently this year. The first article reads, Arron Hill beating case update. New charges filed against Andrew Wheeler and Ava Dean Daly. This is updated October 26, 2014. It says, Okeechobee, Florida. More charges have been filed against two people arrested in connection with the beating of a Okeechobee teen with autism. The beating of Arron Hill was posted on Facebook and sparked nationwide outrage. A detective recognized Andrew Wheeler in the video punching and kneeing the victim, according to the police report. Wheeler now faces an aggravated child abuse charge. His bond was set at $200,000. Ava Dean Daly, who was allegedly in the home when the alleged beating happened, has been rearrested, according to the Okeechobee State Attorney's Office. Police say she knew the teenagers were drinking alcohol. She was charged with aggravated child abuse, and child neglect. Her bond was set at $100,000. Prosecutor Ashley Albright says the case is not a hate crime because he says the suspect did not attack Arron Hill because he is autistic. That clearly was not the motive here. Even the victim, when interviewed, said that was not the basis for the attack, so it just doesn't apply factually. That's the first article. The second article is entitled Andrew Wheeler found guilty in Okeechobee teen beating case of Arron Hill. This was published July 1st of 2015.
So that was this current year?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. A jury found Andrew Wheeler guilty of aggravated child abuse in the Okeechobee beating case that got international attention. The jury handed down their verdict on Tuesday. Okeechobee police say that Wheeler beat 16-year-old Arron Hill at a house party in Okeechobee in August of 2014. The beating was captured on cell phone video and went viral around the world when Hill's mother said the teen was on the autism spectrum. Wheeler's trial took 2 days. According to prosecutors, he faces a mandatory 30-year sentence because he was released from prison just months before he was arrested. Hill's mother says he forgives Wheeler. I forgive Andrew for his mistake, Leslie Hill said. Hill says the family is receiving backlash since the verdict. She points out she is not necessarily in favor for the 30-year sentence, but it is out of her control. Back page, folks. I feel sadness and sorrow. I feel bad for his family because it's another loss, Hill said. Hill says her son is still struggling emotionally. The sentencing is scheduled for August. And just as a notice, he did receive 30 years in prison, Dave.
Well, that's good. And I'm going to tell you why I find it good. First of all, I want to go back to what you said. I want to start from page 1 when you said the mother was distributing alcohol to teens. Now, what kind of mother are you? I mean, just keeping it real. What kind of mother are you to give illegal you giving illegal alcohol to minors?
Yeah.
I'm all tongue twisted. You giving alcohol to minors at a party, and you know about it. What kind of mother are you?
Right.
And then,
what kind of person does it say about her, too?
Right. And where was she when the kid was getting beat up?
She was kind of, if you've seen the video, what I have.
Oh, we're going to see the video a little later on. In a couple minutes, we're going to see the video.
But she agitated to the kids that were doing the beating to take it outside, but she was egging it on, allegedly.
Now, hold up, freeze. You egg on a beating. What kind of person are you? Now, forget about being a mother. What kind of person are you? The kid is autistic. Let me explain something to you, okay? This is wrong on all fronts, okay? And if you don't like what I said, that's your opinion. But here's the deal. I have a disability. This man has a disability. I work with disability kids. What kind of person eggs on somebody? I don't care if you're a parent or not. What kind of person just sits there egging on for somebody who can't even defend themselves to get beat on? What kind of stuff is that? You know, we talk about bullying in schools. What about bullying right at your own home? What is it? That you can't even be safe at your own home? And then
Right.
I want to go off what you just said also in the letter. You said you feel bad about him getting the 30 years.
The mother
Felt that was kind of harsh, right?
Right.
It's kind of harsh, right? Then you should get more than 30 years. Then you should get 60 years as
Dave,
the
I'm
mother.
surprised he didn't get life.
No,
'Cause
then the
personally,
mother-
I would have gave him life.
Well, no, I wouldn't say life, but I mean, he should have got. I mean, 30 years is I can actually say that was good. But
Right.
as the mother, how you gonna sit here and be like, you feel bad for him for what? He didn't feel bad when he was doing that to the kid with all that had the disability. He didn't feel bad about it. I don't want to hear this blaming on the alcohol because you shouldn't have been serving the alcohol. Let's start with that. And on top of that, his friends at this party didn't even stop this from happening because they were being young and stupid and they thought this was cool.
Right.
And tell me how cool if it was you, okay? If it was you, you know what I'm saying? I don't care if they see this and they don't like what I'm saying because it is true. And I'd be darned if I'm gonna sit here, part of the disability community, as a voice of the disability community, and sit here and agree with the mother. That's kind of harsh. No, that's not harsh. He deserved what he got, and you deserve to be punished for what you did for not doing nothing as a parent.
My question.
That is ridiculous.
My question: if the mother knew she was serving alcohol to minors, why'd you serve it in the first place?
Well, the mother's not on there, as you can see. I mean, obviously, she didn't even stop the fight. You know, I feel bad that the kid had to go through that. I feel bad for the kid's family.
Yeah.
You know, and I forgot. Does it say anything about what his family says about him getting beat as well?
I don't believe it says anything about that. It just says that the mother feels bad and she forgives Andrew for his mistakes.
Well, the forgiving part, I guess I can live with that. You got to learn to forgive. But I don't feel bad that he's sitting here in jail. He belongs there. That is terrible.
Yeah.
That is strictly off the page wrong.
I mean, like I said, I know we're going to show the video in a little bit, but I've seen the video like 2-3 times. Dude, even for me, it like struck something. It's like, why would you beat somebody because they're autistic or they have a disability? It's like you're, like you say all the time, you pick on one of us, you're picking on all of us.
Well, besides that, Yeah, it is. That is true. But at the same time, why would you pick on somebody that can't defend themselves?
Right.
Would he? I mean, would this guy beat up his own grandmother, his grandfather? And would you do that to his kid? That wasn't his brother, right?
What?
The kid, the autistic kid. They're not related, right?
No.
But see, But I bet you if that was his brother, he would feel some type of way, wouldn't he?
Right.
He'd feel some type of way, but because it was a game to you, it was a joke, it was funny, wasn't it?
I mean, also, I've seen previous videos to this, folks, and there's an interview with Andrew Willer on YouTube that says, he says, I don't remember the kid being autistic. How can you not remember a kid being autistic, man?
That's a load of bull.
You
don't remember the kid being autistic. Hello, he came into the party, right?
Yeah.
All right. I mean that ain't nothing but a bunch of bull to try to get himself lesser time. I hope he gets everything he gets coming to him in prison and more. I hope somebody beats on you or even worse in prison. I'm not going to say it because this is a family show and I'm not going to say what I was going to say, but and some people may look at me like, oh, I'm wrong. I mean from saying what I'm saying right now. But you would understand two reasons. If you're a real parent, and if you're a parent with a disability, a parent with a kid with a disability, you understand where I'm coming from. If you are a person with a disability, you understand where I'm coming from. And even if you don't have a disability in general, if you got a heart, you understand where I'm coming from.
Yeah.
How wrong that is. It's bad enough that you have to walk through life with a challenge. It's another thing to get beat up for that challenge because somebody else feels they can make it their own entertainment. That's just not right. But enough of me blabbing. I want to warn everybody, like I said earlier, that this video we are about to show you is not suitable for all members of the household. So if you don't like violence, you don't want to see it, I advise you to pull them out for a minute. So Francisco is going to roll the video and let's go from there. Watch this nonsense. Now look at this. Look at this. The kid cannot even defend himself.
I mean, when he starts pulling the hair, that's when I felt like.
Not even that. Screw the
whole
hair.
thing.
Screw the pulling the hair. The fact is that you're beating him up in a corner.
Yeah, and he can't defend himself.
Right, the kid is covering up here, as you can see, folks, in this video here.
Mind you, the kid's 16 years old, folks.
Wow, look at this.
And you got to say what the guy is like 19.
I don't care how old the guy is. He could be 85. It just ain't right.
Right.
Look at it, and the girl's walking around with the bear and everything, and they're watching this. Look at this.
And the kids are egging it on.
He's egging it, and they think this is funny.
Yeah, which is pretty sad.
This is wrong. I can't even say the words that I'm feeling right now.
Right.
That poor kid. And look at his friends. They're not even trying to break this up. I don't care if that was the girl with the bear, it's his girlfriend or whoever. They're not even trying to be like, come on, yo, stop. Come on, stop. They're not saying that. They're just like.
I mean, mind you, the mother's in the doorway.
So the mother's one with the little tank top?
No, the one behind.
The one with the blue shirt.
Yeah.
The mother's with the blue shirt. And she walks in and she's watching this, folks. As you can see her.
Like, take it outside, but apparently they didn't take it outside.
Well, you guys can't hear what's going on, but the mother had said, take it outside. But why would you tell them to take an autistic kid outside so you could beat on?
Why would you even beat up on an autistic?
And you're sitting there watching them do it in your house. Look at it. You're not even going over there to break it up. You're just letting it happen. You're just watching it. And the person filming the thing ain't even trying to break it up neither.
Yeah.
I mean,
beating on somebody, folks, isn't a game.
It isn't cool.
But it isn't a game either. It's not to play with somebody's emotions because that's just wrong in itself. Just the whole concept of beating up on somebody is totally wrong.
Exactly. Listen, I ain't perfect. I ain't sitting here saying I am perfect. It's one thing. It's wrong to bully people, rather that's teasing verbally or physically. But you take it to a whole nother level when you're assaulting somebody.
Yeah.
That, dude, like I said before, that can't even defend themselves. And the kid did nothing to, and even if the kid did something, let me explain this. He's autistic, okay? Autistic adults, autistic kids, they don't know that they're doing something that annoys you. They can't. They're not trying to be annoying. They just can't. It's like, you know, if you have a bladder problem, you can't control it. You understand?
Yeah.
And all these kids at this party, ain't nothing wrong with them. Well, then again, let me take that back. I think the son is wrong with them because if they found this entertainment, you're dead wrong. I hope you serve your 30 years in prison. I hope you get everything that's coming in prison. I hope all those things that happen in those movies in prison happen to you, okay? Because you deserve what you got. The mother should be sitting right there with you personally.
Well, she got arrested.
Well, she got arrested. She should have been in jail.
I think she is in jail.
You don't give minors alcohol.
Yeah.
Hello. That's why there's a drinking age. That's why 21 is the drinking age. That law wasn't set just for fun. It was set for a reason. Right. It's called drink responsibly. Hello, folks. We see it on commercials every day. It says drink responsibly. Captain Morgan, drink responsibly. Hennessy. This is drinking stupidity.
Yeah. Drinking out of order.
This is drinking. I don't. Screw the drinking. I just find you don't. First of all, you don't pick on somebody that's weaker than you. You pick on somebody your own size. Number two, if you want to fight somebody, then you need to take one of them drunk friends of yours, and you should have went outside and fought one of them. Okay? Listen, I'm going to keep it real with you. I don't care what you think of me watching this because it is what it is. I'm keeping it real. You hurt a person with a disability. You touch the disability community as well. And as one of the voice of the voiceless, I will not sit here and just sit here and play, oh, it was cool and I feel bad. I do not feel bad one bit. I am not going to say things happen. Those kind of things don't just happen. Especially when you have and the mother threw the party in her house.
Yeah.
Those things just don't happen. Things happen when you lose your $1 on the bus. That happens. You spill your milkshake in the restaurant. That happens. Bullying somebody because they're autistic don't just happen. We just wake up today and say, hey, I'm going to bully somebody that's weaker than me.
Right.
I wish you would try to come over here and bully me because I'll tell you right now, I'll take my wheelchair and I'll run you over and I ain't going to stop because you ain't going to just sit here and bully me. You know, but, you know, we got, you know, times going on here in the show. We also want to remind folks that if you want to see this show and others of Keeping It Real, we have a YouTube page at Keeping It Real with David King. And you can watch old episodes as well as new episodes every week on YouTube. We also have a Twitter page,
which is 13 Keeping It Real with the @ in front of it. We also have a Facebook page called Keeping It Real TV that you can like. And we also have an email that is the Keeping It Real TV show @gmail.com. We would like to hear your comments and what you would like to see on the show as far as topics and anything else you guys want to talk about. Shoot us an email and tell us what you think of the show and what you want to see.
Right. Also, on a side note, you can also email us and tell us what you think of my friend Fredric, who does poetry. He does that on the side as well as doing school and this in the show every week. And myself, I do this TV show, and I also have a hip-hop song that I've made. In general, I do a little bit of hip-hop music, and you also can listen to that song on SoundCloud. It's Can't Stop Me, and the name is Hot Wheels, HOTT, and when you spell wheels, put the Z instead of an S, and you'll be able to listen to that song, which is about 2 minutes and 58 seconds. So we provide you to check all those things out and give us your feedback and your opinions on what you think of this show, other shows, his poetry, my music, and everything else we're doing.
As far as the poetry goes, you have to go to writerscafe.org and you have to create an account in order to see it. If not, you can add me on Facebook, and I can send you it personally if you guys want to see that. But I appreciate you guys looking at it and giving me feedback.
Very well said. But anyway, before we get close to the end of the show, I mean, anything else you would like to add to this
I mean,
pathetic nonsense?
as far as the autistic kid getting beat, I want to say personally that I'm sorry that happened to you, because coming from a kid that used to get teased, and I bet Dave got teased too at school, it's not right, and I'm sorry that kid did to you. As far as the kid being in jail, I hope you get everything that happens to you, because you have no right to hit a disabled person, whether autistic or physical or mental. You have no right to do that.
Kid or grown. I just want to, as we come down to the, I want to say this. As same thing, I want to apologize to the kid that you even had to go through that. As the host of this show, as a person with a disability who has cerebral palsy, my heart goes out to you, and I'm sorry that you even had to go through that. It's not right. Nobody, no regular kid, no disability kid, no disability person or regular person should have to go through what you go through. And for that, I am, from the bottom of my heart, truly sorry. But I will not stop being a voice for people like you, because it's people like you that keep me going every single day. So, with that said, Fred, I guess it's time to wrap it up here before I lose my mind. So, I'm David King.
I'm Fred Cilbrith.
Thank you for watching. We love you guys. Bye.
See you.
Thank you for tuning in to Dave's Corner. Today we're going to talk about the Papel Visit. As you all may know, Pope Francis is coming to visit America. Okay, now Pope Francis was named after the patron saint Francis. When he was, Pope Francis was the patron saint of the animals. Okay, his visit is going to be in Washington, D.C., first of all. He's going to meet up with President Obama and his other constituents. And he's also going to be in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, meeting all the dignitaries over there. And then he's going to be coming closer to Connecticut in New York. And he'll be having masses in each city. And basically, one of the best places to get the information on the Pope is called www.popefrancisvisit.com. It has all the information for you regarding his itinerary, what he's gonna do, where he's gonna be, and different surrounding towns in Connecticut are offering bus rides to Philadelphia, Washington D.C., and New York as well. And the bus tickets are going to be around $90. That's information is also on the website. So that's where you can get the best info. And Pope Francis is a very humble pope. As you know, he doesn't want to do anything fancy. He's really a people's pope. A real nice guy. And basically, I haven't really been able to form an opinion as far as if he's really my favorite pope yet. But my favorite pope happens to be Pope John Paul, because he was sainted recently. And that's a very big thing. It's been a while since a pope was sainted. A very long time ago, there was one that was sainted. And so he's named after the Saint Francis of the Assisi, for the blessing of the animals. Every year, once a year, around the springtime, a lot of the churches, local churches, have the blessing of the animals, because that ties in with Saint Francis, the patron saint. And the Pope really offers a lot of hope for those out there who come to see him, and they pray with him, and offers a lot of prayers for the sick, and he really helps them out a lot. He between the visits and the goodwill gestures that he does, he has quite a very positive impact on the world. And Our current Pope here plans to do the same thing, and it's a pretty exciting thing to have the Pope come visit the United States. I don't recall the last time that we had a visit with the Pope. It's been a real long time. But as you know, there's a lot of things going on. The Knights of Columbus has really been working hard with printing schedules. Those schedules, you can go to your local Knights of Columbus and get information from them. The Knights of Columbus clubs in the area. There's one in Milford, and there's a large headquarters in New Haven, and they're being very, very busy right now with our upcoming visit of the Pope. So it's going to be a definitely great event, and hopefully you all can get out there and see him. And I don't know if some of it's going to be televised or not. I would think it would be. I don't know for a fact, but that information will be on the www.popefrancisvisit.com. They have all the information for you laid out real nice and orderly, and you'll be able to find everything you need on that site. It doesn't get any better than that. So what I like to do is make sure I get the word out there to let everybody know as best they can the information so that they could follow along with what's going on. And I believe you can order the programs through the website as well, or through the sites. So anyway, what I'd like to do is say thank you for tuning in, and thank you for the show. And my two colleagues will be on very soon, and they will also talk a little bit about this as well. So thank you for tuning in.